It really angered me. Normally I wouldn't get that angry. It's a freaking receipt.
Pilar Chapa says it was a change in duty that was easy to spot about a month ago. The security guard at her King Soopers near 29th in Quebec used to watch customers coming in.
Now these security guards have their back to the entrance. They have no idea who's coming in. They're just watching customers as they buy their product.
And the guard, adorned in a security vest, is now checking every customer's receipt.
Just doesn't make sense to have someone armed like that intimidating customers on their way out.
It's not the idea of a receipt check that bugs her.
Every time I go to Costco, that's an expectation. I know that a staff member who I have seen at this store for 15 years is going to check my purchase.
It's the person doing it.
This guard looks like he's ready to go into a war zone. He's wearing a bulletproof vest.
I think it's to instill fear.
Plenty of others have voiced their concerns too.
I don't think it's right to have to show my receipt for the food and basic necessities to somebody that is armed.
Telling us and airing their grievances on the new policy on social media.
Hell no, I'm not showing you my receipt. Let me make it a little bit more clear. F no, I am not showing you my receipt.
So why the change? We sent a series of questions to King Soopers, like why are these receipt checks only in some of their stores, not all of them? Are those security guards armed with lethal weapons? Are all customers required to show a receipt? The company sent us a single paragraph, not answering some questions. They said safety is a core value. Retail crime is on the rise. They want to keep prices low. They've gotten positive feedback about the checks, and they've seen theft reports go down.
Each retailer is going to have to take the steps that they feel are necessary to keep their staff and their customers and all the products safe.
Chris Howes is the president of the Colorado Retail Council, which lobbies for stores across the state.
For the public to see retailers responding in kind, it's unfortunate that it has to go that way, but we've seen people have their arms broken. Some of the staff in Colorado at one retailer were bear sprayed.
He says organized retail crime is nearly $1 billion problem in Colorado. Points to videos like this one from a few years ago.
I think every retailer is going to have a broad spectrum of difference of what they do at the front of the store, and we'll see what happens.
Enough to make Chapa change her routine.
I'm not shopping here anymore. That's it for me.
So what does the law say about this? Setting up a receipt check, perfectly legal, but simply not showing a receipt likely isn't enough to detain a shopper. The law says that stores need probable cause of theft, like you set off an alarm or you had an employee spot you putting something in your pocket. We went through one of those receipt checks and refused to show our receipt. The guard let us go on about our business. I'm Steve Staker. Steve on your side, 9 News.
But, I mean, we're used to it in places like Costco.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there's a difference between Costco and a grocery store, right? Costco, you have a membership. Sam's Club, you have a membership. And if you go to the membership terms, the agreements that you sign to be a member at those stores, you say that you're okay with them doing a receipt check when you leave the store. And if you don't do it, you could likely lose your membership privileges, your ability to go to Costco. You didn't sign a similar agreement when you go into a King Soopers, but they absolutely can ask for it. The question is, you don't really have to show it to them, but they have certain rights to detain you if they think you've stolen something.
I just fear that this may lead to certain confrontations.
Yeah, and you look at the way that some of these guards are dressed, and you think maybe it might lead to some confrontations, but again, the Retail Council says there have been lots of confrontations out there, and they say this is the kind of thing that's necessary to combat that type of crime.
And the stores they choose to do this in, that's something we got to find out more from King Soopers.
We're interested. King Soopers did say they're evaluating this process and how it works, and they'll use that evaluation to determine whether or not they roll it out to more stores. But I haven't seen one of these at the stores near me. I know a few of us were talking in the newsroom. Some people have seen them, some people haven't.
It's a good story. Thank you, Steve. Mm-hmm. If you're dealing with a problem, give Steve on your call a call. Give the team a call. The number's on your screen. You can also email Steve on your side at 9news.com.